into my eyes and show me your adventures I haven't seen. Taking all the life, it hits the spot. Walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin Nahai, and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Other Side. On today's episode, which is the first episode of this channel, I am going to be telling you guys all about the eating disorder that I had for a couple of years when I was in college. And I'm going to talk to you about how I got through that. I hope that if you've ever had an eating disorder, this makes you feel understood and seen and heard and loved. And I hope that if you know someone who has an eating disorder, this will give you some insight into and perspective into what might be going on with them. This is an intensely personal thing for me. I rarely talk about this, and I would say 90% of people who know me now don't know that I ever struggled with an eating disorder. But the whole thing started when I was in college, my freshman year of college, in October of 2011. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease of the stomach called ulcerative colitis. I was later also diagnosed with Crohn's disease. But in the first year that I had UC and Crohn's, I was extremely sick. I was scarily sick. I went to the hospital more times than I can count. I had all of these invasive procedures done, and I literally could not eat anything. I think for like 12 or 15 months, the only thing that I could eat was rice, a little bit of chicken breast, and banana. And that would be like significantly less than 1,000 calories a day, because anytime I would eat something, I would throw it up, or I would have internal bleeding, or I would have excruciating pain, and I just couldn't keep anything down. In the course of a year, I lost over 60 pounds. So when I got to USC, I was about 170 pounds. At the end of my freshman year, I was hovering around 112 or 115 pounds. I'll put a picture in the video so you can get a sense for how skinny I was and how scary I looked. But suffice it to say that I was emaciated and I looked like a ghost. And people would come to me, friends from high school, teachers, mentors, my family, and they would be like, dude, what the fuck is going on with you? I've never seen you this skinny in your life. I know that you're sick, but like something's up. Like, talk to me. People were worried about me. And the truth is that something was majorly up. The truth is that a year into my eating disorder, and definitely for about a year or a year and a half after that, my psychological and emotional disorder was a lot more powerful and prevalent and debilitating than my physical disorder. And what I understand now, what I understand after years of introspection and therapy, is that when I first got sick, I started to associate food and eating with pain. So anytime I would eat something, I was literally scared. And if I wouldn't throw it up, or if it wouldn't cause excruciating discomfort in my stomach, I would thank God that I'm okay. And as that process was reinforced in my mind, eat less, eat less, eat less, therefore you won't be as sick, you won't have as much pain. Of course, I got skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, and then I would hate myself more and more and more, and I would judge myself more and more and more. And the thing about a cycle of self-hatred and self-judgment is that it never ends until you hit rock bottom. But whatever form your body dysmorphia takes, it is a hell of self-punishment and self-hatred that I cannot explain to somebody who has never been through it. And that's why I want to say that to everyone who was concerned about me, to everyone who sat me down and said, Kevin, I'm worried. Please talk to me. Tell me what is going on. I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry that at the time I didn't know what was going on. It's only years later that I can articulate this and that I can understand the connection between my psychological symptoms and my physical symptoms. And I'm sorry that I didn't know it at the time. And I just want to tell you how much your support and your love means to me. And that's why I value those relationships today so much. So the happy ending to this story is that I ended up being just fine. I started to get a sense that something was wrong. I started to get a sense a couple of years into this that, okay, people are right. Something's really going on. So I approached a very close friend of mine from high school and I said, dude, something's going on with me. I need help. And he revealed to me that when he was younger, he also had a really bad eating disorder. And he put me in contact with a therapist in Beverly Hills whose focus is on eating disorders and nutrition. And she sees exclusively patients who struggle with this type of thing. She wrote an incredible book which really changed my life. It's called Intuitive Eating, and I will put a link to it in the description so that you can check it out if you've ever struggled with food and body dysmorphia. And I saw her for about 6 months to a year. She really, really helped me. She turned my life around. After I saw her, I continued seeing my current therapist, who I did more work on all of this with. I started to understand that it was kind of inevitable that at some point I was going to have an eating disorder, because when I was younger, when I was in elementary school, I was bullied for being a fat kid, and I had a lot of issues with food growing up. So the whole thing was catalyzed by my illness and by the stresses of being a college freshman. But this stuff is really, really deep rooted. And so it took me years of therapy to work through it. But what I want to say is, look at me now. I'm 180 pounds. I'm healthy. I work out every single day, not because I hate my body, but because I love my body and because I want to improve my body. I eat whatever the fuck I want, which includes way too much In-N-Out and pizza and, junk and shit like that. And now I've gotten to the other side of that because of the tools and resources that I used, and I'm a better person. I'm happier. I'm healthier. I'm stronger. I have more wisdom, I have more insight. And eating disorders affect a huge number of the population. I guarantee you that there is someone you know who has struggled with this. Don't tell them that you're worried about them. Don't ask them a million questions about what's going on. Don't pry into their lives, because they will not be ready to tell you about it until they're ready to tell you about it. Just tell them that you love them, that you're here for them, and that if they ever want to talk, that you're only a call or text away. I understand how incredibly painful it is to watch someone that you love go through something that is so self-destructive. Look at me now. I'm doing great now. Not in every aspect of my life, and I'll be talking about other issues in future videos. But the eating disorder thing feels like a distant nightmare. And I thank my friends and my family. I thank God. I thank myself for the work that I did. And I thank you guys for listening to my story and for helping me pass along this message. So stay tuned for the next video. Please like and comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one.